Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mortal Affairs, the game where this bunch of fucking idiots help gods out who are even bigger idiots. It's a cycle. It's a whole thing. How are we doing today, friendos?
Sweaty. On a scale of 1 to 10 billion lions, I'd say I'm 10.
I'm about 1,000 Pokemon.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you get a fucking railgun in this episode, I am going to just quit on the spot. Like, look, if anyone's up to date with Dimension 20, we all know Brennan's quit. I'm following in his footsteps.
When you have a Warforged druid who can wild shape, there's nothing more natural to a Warforged than a railgun.
It's true. The rat gun
is a beast.
Your next baddie that walks up is going to be like, what are all those rats doing? Gone.
They don't even shoot. They're just... It's like a shotgun for biomatter. Ugh.
Yep. All the rats just go, you can... Anyway.
Woe at thee, Halo 2 rat.
So, last we left off... Actually, no, I'm about to recap. What am I doing?
I was so ready. I was like, oh, you're starting great. Delightful. Yeah, let's...
I need everyone to roll me a d20. I will say Jane is exempt because Jane snuck in at the end of last session.
Thank you. I was going to say I am not the person to
Are you
recap.
shitting me right now?
You gonna have 2 sessions in a row?
Last time I rolled decently high and still got fucked. This time I don't think there's a reality where I don't do a recap.
What is your number?
It's single digits. That's what I'll say for now.
Mine is also a single digit.
Mine is double digits, so I'm fine.
Yeah, mine's double. Yeah.
Sorry, let me elaborate. Mine is a single digit.
Oh, a 1?
Mine is a single fucking digit. Yeah.
Mine's a 4. Mine's a 4.
Well, we're playing golf rules, right? That's
Golf does roll, except if you're poor.
You know what, Jakey? Next stream I run, we'll do golf rolls.
For all rolls?
No.
Could you imagine for all rolls you do golf rules where it's like
rolls.
the higher your bonuses, you actually start fucking yourself over? You're like, I have a +7 on athletics. Damn it! I have to roll really low. No.
I'm gonna need to build a glass cannon.
Actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna build a glass cannon.
That just means that Trixie
character.
is so smart. Trixie is so smart.
I'm gonna write down. This is gonna make no sense to me tomorrow morning, but I'm just gonna write down golf rules game.
What if somebody had like a pair of
Golf with
sports
friends?
gloves that they put on in their cursed items? It makes it so that they have to roll as low as possible, but they have negatives across the board in all their stats.
That's very good. Make it like an item that like flips DCs and stuff. Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm
I've got a
feeling
real
that.
shuckle of a man over here. So I mean, hey, that's
Wow.
I will
We're bringing
do
back
this with you.
Pokemon. Okay. So last time, since I don't think anybody's rolling. Yeah, we all established one sucks. Anyway, so last time we all woke up in our little room thing. We were chilling post after getting the souls all placed, and we got some requests. We got from the Sanctuary, create a safe space for displaced survivors. For the Sovereign, process the wishes of kings, and then reunite a woman with her voice from the Sentinel. Trixie was like, yo, that wishes of kings one sounds like we could get some cash money, and Zenith was like, kings suck. And then we discussed a little bit, and then the reuniting a woman with her voice seemed to be the joint consensus of, hey, let's do that thing. So we met with the Sentinel Tilani, who we were told just don't piss them off. They're a no nonsense, little primordial friend with some freckles that are like diamonds because they shine bright like a diamond. We had to reunite someone with their voice, right or wrong. Because there was a little Fey magic loophole. So yeah, we had to go to the home of Ryder Gently, a bard who they in their divorce they considered their partner's voice an asset. When they lost their voice, that created a loophole that made it so we could get it back. found out that Ryder has a daughter named Scale, and we did some planning, deliberating. I'm like, we could turn to this person, sneak around, do some crazy things, and crazy things happened because there was we got in the house. There was Zenith was our getaway car during the heist, chilling, vibing, ready to hack slash and also zoom. And like every heist, we had the face Trixie going on in. Speaking of Ryder Gently, and Ryder Gently wrote on sticky notes. So maybe they were normal notes prior, but and he wrote and gave glorious consent. What's up? If I can get a head shake in my recap, that's good enough for me. And then also like every heist movie, there was 49 rats. So with the combo of Trixie being a little distraction, 49 rats, a loot was recovered that had the voice in it. Also on the way to loot, we met a little friend named Cammy, who is a little friend who was like, hey, these things need to happen and stuff. And they were weird, cryptic, and vague, but they weren't against us. So I mean, their team, in the trophy room, there was a bunch of stuff. Like there was like a warded little doorway, and then the door in the room changed. Initially, thought that was a trap, but no, it was actually just us getting teleported back after getting the loot. Once we teleported back after, some good times were had by everyone, such as a crossword in the news. No, not that good of a time.
Ryder Gently didn't have a good time at the very end.
Essentially ghosted in the exact moment.
Ghosted
Terrifying.
in the moment of when the plot got most interesting. Anyway, so then finding out the voice belonged to not just any Gorgon, but the Medusa, who was like, "Hey, it's me, Medusa. What's up?" They didn't say that, but they wanted us to pass on a message to their son, that their father named Ouroboros, that their mom loves them, and that was cute and wholesome and sweet. Also, Kato handed over the loot because Kato was like, I've been here the whole time. And then we went back and we did it. We won the entire campaign. It actually says here we are now level 30. It's crazy, dude. But yeah, that's what you missed on Glee.
Incredible. Thank you. No notes.
Thank you.
Take 2 inspo.
I will. Thank you.
Delightful. You've all had a good rest. That's how this works. And the request board has been updated, baby. For the benefit of my players, it is in the voiceless chat. For the benefit of the viewers, boom, there it is.
Mind us. Okay, interesting. Okay.
You will notice that one of the quests from last time / yesterday is still up there, but you also have 2 new quests. Also, Maple's quest has been rewritten in slightly different handwriting. I figured it was a little bit more mapley, you know?
This create a safe space is there. Light the beacon. Remind a soldier of better days and fathers. What are we feeling to do today?
I mean, if the beacon is just going and changing a bulb at a lighthouse, I've done that a couple times. It's annoying during storms, but hey, it's that is I don't really soldier. Well,
Bulb in a lighthouse.
Yeah, so boats can easily get back. It's a big thing for nautical navigation, especially near coasts. But I don't think that. I mean, you never know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that I could remind a soldier of better days, and like it would be like a really a quick just check that off, and then we have all day to do a different one.
Is this similar to what happened with Mr. Gently?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I see.
The fact that you call him Mr. Gently is the greatest fucking kindness anyone could give him right now, given that everyone that I have spoken to about this is like, yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
It's a reduction of his persona, but also a very humanizing thing to do to somebody.
It's because someone with an ego that inflated, the best thing that Maple could offer them was remind them that they're just another person. I like the silence that followed that. That felt good. Anyway. Okay, so Solner.
Should we ask what these entail, or should we dive in like we did last? Wait, we all decided. Kato, if you are not comfortable with making the decision, but last time we picked all together, do you have a opinion either way?
I feel more drawn to light the beacon.
This is the knight's eyebrows, hairless but scaleful, raised, and he goes, I mean, I'm on board with that. I feel like I already have an experience with. I'm gonna assume that this is boats for the time being. With boats and nauticalness, I'm down with the beacon as well. I keep looking at the displaced survivors quest, and I kind of feel guilty not acknowledging it much. I think that those two would be my top two choices personally, but also I'm a fan of all three of these.
Well, if we are efficient, we could probably do multiple. I am not sure.
It's true.
I like your optimism.
We can just do like any, mini, miny, mo.
I found this 3-sided die over here. Well, it's actually 6-sided, but there's only 3 numbers across it. I actually had been whittling a few things. The frisbee did not turn out too well, so I tried making some cubes and basic shapes. How about I roll for it? Maybe?
Sounds good.
I like that idea. In all fairness.
All right,
Even
I'm
if
actually
so,
going to
it has-
establish the roll.
It has a 1, 2, and 3 on it.
Well, yeah, the die itself has a 1, 2, or 3. Note to those who are playing this game with me right now, I'm going to roll a d6 in D&D Beyond, and 1 and 2 will be safe space, 3 and 4 will be beacon, 5 and 6 will be a soldier. So, it's, and the rare 7 on a d6 will be the father's quest. Let's
Thank you.
see.
It is nice to be included.
Well, I rolled a 1 on this die here with only 3 numbers on it. Did anybody get the feeling when I was rolling this that they had a preferred option? Like when you flip a coin and you decide before it lands.
No.
That makes that so much easier then.
The decision has been made then.
I guess it has. And if we're quick or witty or strong, we can come back for that beacon too.
Okay.
If we find soldiers that need comforting,
And puts a hand on Trixie's shoulder.
you will be the first one I direct them to.
Appreciate you.
And you.
Maple, the ultimate wingman. Delightful.
He doesn't know that that he's helping these people get ripped off though.
I just realized
Love
Maple
that.
is the
Is
ultimate
that what you call
wingman
it?
because there's an owl
Getting
in
somebody
there,
ripped
right?
off?
Yeah, the owl's still hopping around because he's just there.
Delightful.
Meh.
Just sat there like, you turn and look to the empty pavilion that is no longer empty. Many different shades of blues and whites and creams kind of adorn, like, bits of fabric adorn this pavilion, and there is a huge pile of comfortable looking pillows and cushions in the same colors. You don't see anyone immediately, though.
This looks comfortable.
I walk over and, well, not hesitantly, but cautiously to not disturb if anybody's in there and trying to be, I don't say isolated, but kind of incognito or just relaxing out of very, 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 very privately public view. And I try to look in and I approach saying, hello? Is anybody
One of the pillows just lifts up, and you see underneath this brown-eyed individual, little spots on one side of their face, and the other side of their face completely like one color. Big floppy ears, a very moist nose, and a big old grin on their face as you look at a dog. And this dog looks up at you and goes, "Who are you?"
My name is Zenite. I had to fight a really big urge to be patronizing to what I can only expect to be one of the deities of this beautiful place. I just almost went into full on come over here mode, and oh man, I
would be okay with that. One of the other pillows further back starts like moving, and you get the sensation this dog is wagging their tail.
come on, meet the friends. Come on.
He jumps out. You see, for those who are dog people, this is a English Springer Spaniel. A little rotund in the belly. Very fluffy. A tiny little tail that when he waggles it, like there's a little bit of like fur out of it that just goes fucking buck wild. His picture will be in the Discord, and there will probably be multiple pictures because I love this boy so much. This is the Sanctuary. His name is Oscar, and he is the best boy. Yeah, and the minute that you're like, come on out of here, he just jumps out, and he's like, yes, give me the attention, I love it, yes.
Earlier when there was the rabbit, Trixie got like excited over the rabbit, right? I'm remembering that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
I think Maple like is gonna glance over. Does Trixie look enthused that there is a dog present?
Yeah. Caitlin was typing what was happening, so yeah, no, Trixie is very excited. So she's
There's just a hand slides Trixie forward.
Yeah, Trixie's just gonna like just drop down to her knees and just be like, "Oh, what a good boy!"
That's me. I'm a good boy. It's true. I'm a very good boy. You do notice, so he has a little collar on, and there's a little red crystal on his collar, and that kind of glows every time you hear him talk. Like he's not talking out of his mouth. It's like a
nice.
a telepathy thing that the crystal is. Because otherwise, if he starts talking out of his mouth, we're getting into weird Scrappy-Doo territory, and that's no.
Yeah, he shook hands with Nixon. I mean Reagan. Not a fan
Yeah, right.
of that.
Yeah, I literally saw that today.
Yeah. I was reminded of that today.
But yeah, he is super friendly, and he's very much if you've seen Up, he's got big Doug energy in that I've only just met you and I love you.
Oh.
So you're the new people, the new friends, the friends who are helping. Hello, friends who are helping. Hi.
Hello.
My name is Oscar.
This over here is Trixie, who came to greet, and the
Hello,
two
Trixie.
these two others vastly different builds. One being of materials that are not normally fully. Well, I mean you're organic too. One's fleshy, one's more earthy. These two, the earthy one there is Maple, and the fleshy one over there is Kaido. So here, this, come on. This is great. I'm now like starting to like fully like get onto Miney's and like just like get into dog mode.
Damn, Xeno's got that dog in him.
Kato just walks over and goes, "Well, hello there. It's so nice to meet you," and just scratches gently behind the ear.
Like Oscar, like is very receptive to ear scratches, and then like just offers his paw up.
Oh, and I shake. Very nice to make your acquaintance.
Very nice to meet you too. You're my new friend. Hello. Hello. You are Maple. Yes. Hello, Maple.
Hello.
Are you?
Maple kind of like walks over. I think Maple like seeing like everybody's like diving in. I think Maple's a druid. Maple's all about nature and stuff. But I think Maple is comfortable giving this one space, like letting everybody just like have their Paparino time. But Maple is still like has every so often like the little eyelids raising, like they're happy, but they're just like they're letting this play out because this is nice to see everybody get excited over a good friend.
Oscar is very much equal opportunities attention, and we'll give everyone equal petting time. It just wanders between the group. It is very nice to meet you all. Hello, I am Oscar. I am the best boy. Why are you here about the safe space? Are you here to help me build a safe space?
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be very good. I'm very excited. Oh yes. Oh yes. And he does the full body wag. I just realized that the way that my hair is right now is very Springer. But just like, look. You know when they say that like the dogs turn into their owners? I turned into a spaniel. Basically.
This is just an episode of Animorphs, actually.
Yeah. This is actually my true form. I say 3 dogs in a trench coat. I mean 1 spaniel.
Mid Animorph frame.
My ultimate power. Bark.
True form. Bark.
I'm the ultimate life form.
Oh my god, yes. I'm just gonna become Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Edge Dog.
Get out.
Welcome to Tilted Towers.
Also, I discovered today that some dogfish have been reclassified and renamed into cat sharks. And I am
I'm cool
so
with that.
mad about this.
No. The animal draft has to happen. This is like that's like a first round pick right there. Sports people, what's up? I need to make one reference. My Boston Celtics are in the play. Okay, so Dungeon Dragon.
No. Keep going. It's fine. You can keep this bit running, right?
I can. And I don't want to.
So,
what
what is this safe space?
Can't believe there's sports in my Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway.
Oh, it's okay.
You'll
Did
live.
Drew put you up to this?
What?
Did Drew put you up to this with the tiny
No.
hands?
No, not at all. This is legitimately no, he didn't.
It's just very
I don't know what
a
you're
very
talking about.
Drew thing. Anyway.
This is an Ian thing too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The delayed clatter.
And now I have one hand.
Oh my god, I've been unarmed.
So this safe space, hey?
So the safe
Maple
space.
just like malfunctions.
Yeah, honestly, same. So there was a terrible thing happened, and now we gotta find somewhere for these people to feel safe before we relocate them. I was thinking maybe a pillow fort, because that's a pretty safe space to me, but I'm open to ideas.
Well, what's the terrible thing that happened?
Well, it was a landslide.
And who
Literally.
are the all these people are dead?
No, they're still
Oh, okay.
alive. They're just not having a very good day.
How many
Is the
people?
landslide still going?
no, that landslide's well, I mean, you see the forward little doggo brow. So the landslide stopped, but the area's kind of still unstable. Like I wanted to go down and help, but apparently it's not good for my paws, and I'll get stuck.
Their homes were destroyed.
Yeah, their homes are destroyed, and they don't have a new place to live yet. And someone else is helping with that, and that's okay. But until then, we need to make sure that they've got somewhere where they know that they're safe. So I thought they could come here. But we need to put them.
What other things?
We need to build them somewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was just gonna ask, should we make a kind of running list of things that these survivors would need in their safe space?
Oh, you're smart. I like you. That's
This
very
is a
nice.
good idea.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, we need a list. And as Oscar says, that a notepad and pen appears on the ground. I need someone to write the list because I have paws.
Maple picks it up and hands it to Kato.
Maple's like, I'm not taking responsibility for this one.
More so,
I
just
can be
Kato
the scribe.
seems like if Maple picked it up and started writing, Kato would probably go, "That's my job." So Maple is well aware of what I think. Maple's clicked like Maple's a machine, but he's aware of what everybody's about. Like whatever tasks we get up to, yeah, I got you guys clocked.
Very reasonable.
Okay, yes, I'll write. I
Okay.
shall write the list.
What kind of things make you feel safe?
4 walls, a roof, and a lock on a door.
Okay. All of those things, please, Miss Kato.
Oh, before we keep doing the list, this is just real quick. I think Trixie was asking, but do we know how many people need to be given a good safe space?
Oh, yes. It's about 58.
58, and this is long term. Is this a long term safe place for them to be?
They should only be here for maybe a week.
Are they coming
Oh,
here,
we should set it
or are
up
we
like
going
a
to them?
summer camp.
Oh, I like summer camp.
Have activities for them?
We're
I like this.
No, we're gonna. I will go and get them when we have a place for them.
All right.
I'm very good at that. And Miss Erin says she's gonna help. So
Various ages too, like older to elderly to childhood. Is that correct, or is it mostly young adults to older?
it's mostly young to adult. There are a couple of elderly, but as long as they've got somewhere to sit, they're generally quite content.
Good. Okay.
We should probably have food and water for them.
Definitely. Maybe get them some bubble tea?
I don't know where this came from, but yeah, that's a good idea.
I like bubble tea. It's tea, but with balls in, which is a game. Yes, perfect.
What do we have to make this shelter out of?
We can make it out of anything, really.
So does that mean we have access to maybe a demi-plane that we can kind of construct and build for temporary housing purposes like this?
Oh, that probably would have been a more sensible idea. I was just going to use that space over there.
Maple
I mean,
turns.
that works too. Yeah.
Is it just like a vacant white space?
Yep.
Just like,
It's a vacant white space, and there's a little plaque on, like a little sign just stuck into the ground. That's just got a couple of paw prints on it.
Very Animal Crossing.
Very Animal Crossing. Just Oscar's just like, yes, this is this place. I have reserved.
What is the like where like what is the landscape of where they're from? Like I was thinking like maybe we could try and because obviously like if they just had to come from a like a landslide type of situation, maybe they would like a break from that sort of terrain and maybe like just like actually make this a vacation type of scenario.
Well, the area specifically that these people are coming from was by the side of a river. A lot of them kind of lived either very close to or like right on top of the river. It's a big part of the
Commerce? That's
No.
my I'm guessing.
bigger word.
Economy? I'm thinking more logistics of being on a river here. I don't think I'm in the right place.
Ecosystem.
Oh, I had eco. All right.
Yeah.
Do you know how many families there are? I know you said 58 people, right?
Yeah. So there's one really, really big family, and then a couple of small families. Not many people on their own, really. Very, very community-led area. Yeah. Big on community and family in this space.
I feel as though it might be important for people to have a little bit of privacy instead of having to stay in one big open space together. So maybe we could just set up a few compartments so that the families could stay together, but they could have their own spaces to go back to.
That sounds good.
I keep going back to the idea of having almost like a campground and having like some cabins built up, nothing too crazy, enough beds for whoever's going to be sleeping in there. Then have like a community area and maybe like a community kitchen or hearth or something like that. Maybe under the similar thing to the little pagoda over here, little pavilion, little thing. But I'm all for having cabins, maybe one for each family, or maybe two, depending if it's a big enough family with old enough kids, or
Sanctuary. Could you or ask someone who could make a space that is a forest clearing where you pointed out?
Yeah. That's
And
easy. That's easy. We can do that.
I have another favor to ask.
Oh, yes.
Kind of like Maple looks at Trixie. I can, and Maple uses like some mold earth to make dirt shape, and then uses druidcraft to like cover it in grass.
I can do this, but is there a way of passing my ability to my friend for the day, and I will turn into an animal to help move things around, so then we can all build things together?
Oh, that's very clever. I think I might have to ask for someone's help on that. Let me go check. And Oscar dives into the pile of pillows.
Is this okay with you, Trixie? If not, I can ask someone else, but you seem creative.
Thanks. Absolutely. I'm good. Yes.
Maple does the eye smile again.
Delightful.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Checking, because I think I know who Oscar would have to ask for help, but just... Yeah.
Also, I love this idea of we're making like a campground with like fishing vibes. Like that's like, oh, this is very cute. It's giving like the like Animal Crossing Pocket Camp vibe, and I'm just like, I'm here for this. I love this.
It's delightful. After a few moments, Oscar jumps out of the pile of cushions again and does the big shake. He's not wet. He's just fluffy. And another head pops out. Unfortunately, not an animal this time. You see an elven woman with red hair and yellow eyes, and she just kind of looks out and goes, "Ah, I always wondered how you did that." And she kind of like puts her arms down the side and pulls herself out of this pile of pillows. Yeah, just a sort of regular height, 5 foot something. Kind of sun-kissed skin, red hair that's kind of like plaited at the back, going down her neck. She has on her right arm some red spirals. Yeah. Spirals, gotta have them.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. You're the interns, right?
Yes.
Delightful. My name's Sable. You probably know me slightly better as the Serpent.
It is nice to meet you, the Serpent.
Nice to meet you. I understand that somebody wants to switch things up.
Yes, I would. I mean, if it is possible to do to multiple people, I have the ability to mold earth and craft things like a druid. I would like to give that ability to Trixie, and if possible, more of my friends so we can build things together.
Okay.
Even if it's just temporarily.
I mean, I think temporary would be easiest and a little less taxing on everyone. Okay. So, just to be clear, you would like to share your ability to craft and to mold earth. Yes? Delightful.
Yes.
Trixie, yes?
Yes.
Do you want to do the molding or the crafting?
Crafting?
Okay. She puts a hand on Maple's arm, puts a hand on your arm, and you see these spirals light up. And for a moment they're bright red, and then they pass into purple. And you feel like a transfer of energy. Maple, for the foreseeable future, until this is given back to you, you no longer have the ability to druidcraft.
Sweet. Could I add something for fun flavor? Because if I'm passing off one cantrip each, whoever gets druidcraft, I think it's adorable. If it's a little elephant watering can, and then whoever gets mold earth gets like a little like trowel, and the trowel has a little frog on the end.
That's adorable.
So druidcraft, we're actually flavoring this slightly because of what you guys are doing here.
Oh!
Instead of it being specifically druidcraft in terms of planting and stuff, it's going to be crafting. So you get
so like just straight up making stuff. Yeah. Oh, dope. Okay, sweet. Okay. Then even better, even cooler. Sweet. Cool.
That gets Nintendo off of our legal asses. You keep saying Animal Crossing, we're gonna summon them.
I mean, what?
I did not think that was what you were going to start singing, honestly. And that's also another crossover that I want. Sable looks to Kato and Zeno. And which of you wants to play around in the dirt?
Well, I was hoping I could do more lifting and like scaffolding type of things. I can lift things and put things down pretty well. I was planning to help with building should we need any power like that. And I think Kato, you have a good brain for like drafting and actually like outlining and kind of blueprinting the whole thing essentially at this point, right?
I like planning. Yeah, I like planning, doing the engineering part, I guess.
Then the
I've never
sculptor
really
you will
played in
be.
the dirt. I didn't do that at university.
I mean, it's a fairly easy skill once you master it. And, judging from how intelligent you are, that shouldn't take you very long at all.
Suppose I could take on a new craft.
Delightful. She puts her hand again on Maple's arm and on your arm, and the spirals once again light up red to purple. And you have a little trowel and a little fork. Delightful.
Say, before we keep going on the plans here, this is a little sidebar. I'm curious on where the name the serpent came from, being that your name is Sable, and sables, from my knowledge, are like weasels that kind of fight snakes sometimes. Is there any connection between those? Is that just sheer just coincidence on my brain putting pieces of puzzles that don't really exist together sometimes?
That is genuinely the biggest coincidence, both in and out of character.
Cool. Okay. And also, Sable, we're bringing back Animal Crossing, I think. So.
Delightful. I genuinely.
That's very good.
That's very good.
A benevolent Sable. It's fine.
Sable's name has been a blow your mind moment for several people, and now it has blown my own mind. We've finally come full circle. Delightful. I think kind of Sable just kind of goes. Anything else anybody wants to trade, change, mess around with? Delightful.
I am good.
Once you're all done and ready to hand those back, just let Oscar know and I'll come running.
Thank you.
Not a problem. She kind of sticks her arms out and just falls back into the pillows and vanishes.
Like Sub-Zero. He teleports and falls back.
Good pull.
Thank you.
Oscar,
Maple.
who's been T-posing in the back,
Bark.
because I can
Bark.
only do one NPC at a time. Bark.
Bark, sniff. Hapaka. Anyway.
Harmonica.
Oh yeah, we were making a list.
Yes, lists are good. How's the list going, Miss Kato? Miss Kato, you're on mute.
So strange, I lost my voice there for a second.
Do you need a lozenge?
I don't- so far on the list, we have compartments/cabins with roofs, 4 walls, space for the families to stay, security lock systems. We need food, water, a hearth in the center of the encampment for everyone to gather and cook. We want to give them some boba tea. We want to put it in a forest clearing. And that is what I have on the list so far.
Okay.
If they are fishing individuals, maybe they would like to have a space of water to fish and fish.
A little magical pond.
I will make them a pond. I can dig a pond. I am very good at digging.
I will assist with digging.
I can assist too, because you gave me those powers.
Yeah.
Correct.
Maple then puts their hands together.
You each use some of my abilities and the strengths you own have. I will help with digging and lifting things.
As Maple starts to turn and shape and change, from the dirt, initially it forms into large clumps, and it looks like it would turn into a whole lot of rats. But instead of a lot of rats, Maple's hands land on the ground with a much larger, now the size of a grizzly bear, turns up ahead, and there's a loud as Maple turns into a giant hamster.
Yeah!
Incredible.
So soft and fluffy.
Would you say that this hamster is from space?
You could venture a guess and say potentially.
Is it in fact a giant miniature space hamster?
It very well could be, but he's not giant because these are large size. But yeah, they're big, and they do have a burrowing speed, and they're a lot stronger than I thought they'd be. So yeah, this giant hamster Maple just like sits kind of like how bears sit. And then just like kind of looks at everybody. It still has like the little sprout popping out of its head though. It's not like the rats are like because they were very like charcoal brown, like looked like there was like still a dirt texture to them. So the hamster still kind of has that. He looks like one of those like chocolate teddy bear hamsters. Yeah, so he's just kind of sitting.
Oscar just kind of pats up to you. Hello, friend.
Howdy. How are you, friend? It's everyone else here.
Yeah,
Maple's got different voices every time he's a different animal, baby.
I love this. Yeah, you hear it kind of squeaking from the hamster, and you just hear this hoof, hoof, hoof from the dog.
Oh.
Very well. It is very nice to meet you in this new form. Would you like to dig a hole with me?
I would be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just goes over to the dirt, and yeah, just this big rotund. I think it's like everybody just sees like big old hamster butt, just like wiggling and running towards, and then eventually just like starts like digging like a giant meerkat. Just
so the space where the sign is, just looks like the rest of this place, and it's a big white expanse of just like its floor. But as you start to kind of like scratch at it, it feels like dirt. And then as you dig underneath, it starts looking more like dirt. And the rest of you see is as Oscar and Maple start kind of like digging around and scratching against the ground, it starts to, this whole area begins to take on this kind of more kind of like earthen texture, and you start to see like grass begin to kind of sprout in little places, and as they start kind of digging this much larger hole, you start to hear from a little distance away the sound of like a babbling brook starting to come in, and it isn't until like they've made enough of a space for there to be water that the water starts filling it in. It's very much like it's you know, it's imagine it and it'll happen kind of things, but it's like it's essentially like the picture is being painted in front of you basically. And as they're kind of working like Kato, you kind of start thinking, okay, so we want the buildings over here, but that means that this space we can have kind of the more kind of the forest vibes, and you start kind of like placing like holes where you would want trees to be, and as you kind of start digging these holes, you know, things start to sprout up and start to grow, and you kind of start to see this kind of vision of this woodland clearing starting to come to life.
And I actually so I want to lay the ground in the part that's going to be the flat meadow.
Oh yeah.
So I've got the space set up where the tree line is going to be, and then the grass or the area that's going to be meadow, I just want it to all be like a carpet of that really lush green moss.
Definitely.
So that everyone can walk around barefoot, because I know they probably don't have all their shoes or their clothing, which, oh, by the way, that's something we need to put on the list. Clothing for everybody. But yes, it's going to be moss carpet on the ground, not
Delightful. I love the idea that like there's areas where it's just this really lush moss, and then there's other areas where it's like a combination of like slightly thicker moss and then like chamomile. So it's just like if you lie down, it's like sleepy time.
Yes.
Trixie's gonna go like skipping around like the outermost like edge of this meadow,
Mhm.
and like as she's just like skipping, you just see like flowers, like just a bunch of random flowers, just sort of like it's like a fairy ring, but it's flowers instead of mushrooms.
Delightful. I think there's a moment for you, Zenite, where you're like, this is really nice and all, but where exactly are we going to get, like, the building materials from?
I was thinking just that. I think if let's say there's a camera panned on him from below the camera shot, he puts on a yellow construction hat and has a clipboard that it actually has no paper writing or anything on it. Throws that behind him. Walks
It's
over.
just got a scribbled line that looks like from a distance looks like it's writing. It's just like, it's not even.
I can't read Dr. Scratch. All right. And he's gonna walk over to Kaito and be like, all right, so let's start to plot out where we're gonna be putting buildings. Are you able to grow a few trees down around the tree line? I can get to chopping pretty quick, and I think if we have the materials, looks around over at the burrows, and every once in a while when the next burrow pops back up, someone comes up for the cleaner air, goes back down. We can probably get Sanctuary to help us actually fully build these things, but I can get to chopping once trees are here.
Okay,
Do
yeah.
you have trees?
Kato just kind of like snaps her fingers and up shoots this like, you know how those perfectly planned like tree farms are, and it's ooh, what kind of wood should it be? Should we do like cedar trees so they can be cedar cabins and smell all nice?
Yeah.
And they repel
yeah.
bugs too. Okay, so they're gonna be cedar cabins. So I got those trees up in like a flat second. So they're ready.
Perfect. Zenith runs as quick as he can over to his own little booth that he has, and changes out of his outfit, puts on some blue overalls, a long sleeve flannel shirt, rolls up the sleeves, and I think he finds this really good axe just around. It's not his.
Yeah, definitely. It's like almost like the colors on it are almost like a little too bright from kind of the realism aspect, but it's a good axe.
It's fucking sharp. Walks over
just
to
poses on his shoulder, you know. Maple pops to the ground for some reason is blue, and there's just perfect tree branches that form like antlers around him. But then Maple goes back in the ground.
Xena starts chopping away and angling it so it falls away from where everyone is currently building.
You get to the first tree, and you just one swing, and then the tree goes poof, and there's a log next to it. Animal Crossing physics, baby. Let's go.
So are we trying to build every like little family unit like their own little thing, or are we gonna make like just like one big clubhouse that everybody can stay in and they have their own rooms?
I think we're gonna make like little individual cabins. I calculated if we make 12 cabins, it can house 4 or 5 people per cabin.
Okay.
Yeah, the trees look and smell like cedar, but the minute I hit one, a log comes out, and it's just it's generic wood. I'm wrong, actually. It smells normal again. I don't know what I was seeing before. It was looking different just a moment ago. I'm gonna keep on swinging, and keeps on swinging for more material.
Once like the majority of the pond is dug, Oscar kind of like scampers out, does a little shake, heads over to a little space near where the trees are, and starts like just like digging out these lines, and you see that he's essentially carving out bricks in the floor, and then kind of like lifts them up with a paw, and you've got these bricks that you can use as a foundation.
Oh, I love this. Gonna start moving certain allocations of materials to certain spots where the bricks are, so we have all in the right places to begin once it is all chopped up and ready to go for the building.
There's like these piles of bricks and wood where you want cabins to be. I'd say Trixie and Kaido, it's at this point that you two realize that like the crafting and the actual building component are gonna have to go hand in hand. And you kind of like between you figure out what the physical structure of one of these buildings looks like and kind of like sketch it out, you know, whatever you need to do.
Oh, can we so can you like do like the little mold earth and so like to make like a little mini replica of what we're gonna be building? You know?
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Delightful. So
And then like I can do like little sensory things where like we can say like this is where the light's gonna be and that's where there's a light and you know that kind of stuff. So it's like functional but tiny.
So you make this kind of like mock-up of what each of the buildings is going to look like. And you kind of turn to the space where you want it to be, and you can see this like dotted outline of this big kind of like it's kind of like a translucent, almost a pattern of where each of the materials is going to be. And you look at the materials that you have on hand, and you look at the hammer, and you just kind of start bonking strategic places on this like giant blueprint. And after like 4 or 5 hits, there's and this cabin it's good to go. The materials have vanished, but there is a cabin there.
Wow. This is amazing.
You don't have to call me out on it, okay? We all been done new.
That's a very good sentence.
We all know, okay? We don't have to, like... It's Animal Crossing / Minecraft / Lego. Alright.
This is the coziest episode.
Yeah, right? This is just cozy vibes. It's cozy vibes.
Can I do one more?
Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so you two are working on the building aspect. Zenite, you are gathering materials. Maple, once the most of the pond and stuff is built, what would you like to be doing?
Maple is probably like assisting with like foundation, like lining up stuff, and also like tilling soil, because it was mentioned like should have some areas for them to get like food and whatnot. So for garden, so yeah, there's just a giant hamster rotating the soil and whatnot. He looks like this.
Oh, I love him.
That's cute.
Look at the little baby.
Aww.
Yeah,
Adorable.
he's adorable, but he's also like like 800-900 pounds. So it's just like randomly pops out of the ground, and it's just this behemoth behind everyone, and then just goes back to digging. But yeah, I think Maple is just like kind of like hard at work, just making sure like walkways are as smooth as possible. Like probably like if Maple is digging and finds a stone, he like cheeks it and then lays it so there's like little like walkways. Yeah, Maple's just gonna do like all the foundation stuff so everyone can make the cool like creative things, because Maple isn't as like creative what makes someone comfy thinking, because Maple could literally have a stool and be like, wow, what a beautiful house. So yeah, he's leaving the rest to everyone, but he's just making sure the ground is tilled. If there's areas for like little critters, like things are good there. And if anyone needs help like carrying things, he's going to be kind of like an inventory mule, like bringing things back and forth, because these hamsters are huge, and they can just do like they do nothing but bite and just be big boys. And that's what Maple does.
Oscar has run off to a different space where there is now like a wheat field, and he's running around with a scythe in his mouth and just like gathering like bushels of wheat for the kind of the thatch roofs of these cabins. Just go around in circles, having the time of his fucking life. He's just like, woohoo! Yeah, I'd say. Yeah. Just swings it round and there's a bushel like. all
Nintendo's
tied
gonna
up
kill
into
us for this episode.
Honest to God, this is just the Nintendo episode. We've got Nintendogs. We've got Animal Crossing. We've got Legend of Zelda.
We've got Hamtaro, Ham Heartbreak. What's up?
Specifically on the Game Boy Advance.
Specifically on the Game Boy Advance. Anyway, that just made me feel very good. Sorry, I was like, cool.
Yeah, that was an
That was a clay pigeon moment,
right? Honestly,
Paul.
Takes you a few hours to get a good couple of buildings up, but the landscape's looking really nice. You're making sure as well that like the communal areas are really well put together, even though it takes a little bit more time with those, a few more hits of the hammer. What else is on the list, Kato, that needs to be checked off?
Well, okay, so we've got our cabins. Check those off. We've got the community center, right, with the big hearth. We built a stone hearth. I also snuck in a little community library in there.
Delightful.
I don't know where I got the books for it, but it's there.
Is it one of those little like libraries you see out on various cities where it's like put your own book in there, take one book out, put one in type of thing, or is it
yes.
like a
yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We still need clothing and shoes for people. We still need a way for them to we have a pond for them to fish. Should we make a little community garden for them to be able to have some veggies and stuff?
Looks right over at Maple.
Yeah, Maple's like tilling, rotating the soil. Also, Maple has like a little like light bulb moment of, as mentioned, there's families and stuff. Maple, once they're done doing that, Maple is going to try and make their best equivalent of like a little like a playground kind of thing, with like little rope swings, and then like Maple's gonna make like uproot some dirt and then make big tunnels, like big old hamster tunnels, for kids to like hang out and play in. Yeah.
I don't know about y'all.
so-
I really want to go to this place. Like, I'm like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wanna
can
live
we
here.
move here?
So I do have a quick
Invitations
question.
to join my commune.
How are you making these big hamster tunnels and stuff? Like it's under the ground and everything? Because like, are we reinforcing that because they're displaced because of landslides? And what if there's children in the tunnels and it collapses?
Oh, Maple was gonna go like digging like some dirt and like and logs and whatnot up, and then making them like above ground. So it's not like a full long like stretch thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Because Maple is a 2-ton hamster. But yeah. So Maple would probably still like grab like probably like scoop one of you up and just bring somebody over to double check things to make sure that everything is like on the up and up, because again, he's a hamster. He kind of has thumbs, but not really. But
Oscar
and then he just goes back to
absolutely,
digging.
Like, I will test everything. Just starts running around. Delightful. In terms of clothing, however,
Oh,
I need to check that off the list somehow.
Yeah, clothing and shoes.
Yeah.
Is that something I could make with Druidcraft?
Yeah.
I mean, you can make clothes out of natural materials. Like,
absolutely. I mean, there's the field of wheat. Once we have no need of wheat, we can change it to another crop, like cotton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you can hit on the hammer. And
how about hemp? Hemp is way more sustainable and grows way faster. Make it some hemp clothing.
Make some hemp clothing, yeah. Yeah, you get a couple of bundles of hemp, hit it with the hammer, and poof, you've got a pile of shirts in various sizes.
Wow.
Oh, you know what I just realized? If I'm getting displaced and I'm in this beautiful, amazing place, like this, I would probably want like a boab apple tree, for relaxation.
For
the hamster who
grown-up
knows a
fun.
lot about nature just slowly turns its head, and then just out of nowhere there's a dun dun dun.
Oh my god, can we make it like an outdoor like boa bapple tiki bar where it's just this huge like gnarly boa bapple tree and then like a bar set up around the
Yes.
boa bapple tree?
Oh my god, boa bapple martinis.
Okay. I have to ask this for me, and I'm aware that I am going to either come across as completely fucking ignorant or stupid, and I'm okay with that. What the fuck is a boa apple?
So, do you remember
we
when
forgot
Rias
what
was
campaign
given
we
an
were in.
apple?
No, I understand it in that context. Is it a real thing, or is it just from that setting?
It's
a real
just
thing now
from
in my head.
Yeah, we made it a real
Druid
thing in the
creation.
D&D universe.
Okay. Let's look. If you look, we don't have time to get into the amount of drugs and things from natural sources that I have in my world, but I don't have this apple.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry.
Well, looks like we gotta have an Across the Spider-Verse moment, guys.
Hey guys, I found this really. Where the fuck am I? Holy shit! I'm trying to hide this from a little goblin guy. Please leave this. Bye.
Okay.
He goes up to a wormhole.
Okay. I will do you a deal because I know exactly how to do this, but I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
So 1 to a 10, no apples. 11 to 20, apple.
Unlimited apples,
Okay.
but no apples.
No, 1 apple. You get 1 apple to grow 1 tree. All right, apple it is. That's a 13.
Lucky.
As you're kind of contemplating what you want the kind of centerpiece of this area to be, and you kind of like, you want this kind of magnificent fruit tree situation. You want it to be relaxing, but nothing's kind of coming to mind in terms of like what would really fit into that spot. You hear a whistle from the pavilion, and Oscar goes running off to greet whoever this particular god is. And you see a kind of lithe individual with white hair kind of reach down and kind of tussle Oscar's hair, kind of saunters on over. Huh. This is an interesting setup you have going on here.
Hey, yeah.
Hi, I am the Siren.
Waiting to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
Delightful.
Yeah, no, Trixie's like full fangirl mode right now. Like she's like pulling out all the stops, the hair flips, the whole shebang.
So this elven features, kind of whitish grey hair, yellow eyes, very kind of wry smile, kind of shirt kind of unbuttoned down to here, you know the vibe.
And you see like Trixie like pulling down her shirt a little bit, and adjusting.
For sure. So what's all this for? Sorry.
Well, Trixie.
We are trying to help these poor, awful people that, well, they're not awful, but their situation is. We're just making them a safe space so they can flourish and heal from this horrible ordeal that they had to go through.
From underneath the ground under Trixie, a Bugs Bunny thing raises, and the ground moves forward and moves Trixie towards this individual. And it's just big Bugs Bunny, like, carries Trixie all the way there, stops, and the ground just drops, and then just digs elsewhere. And just from under, I'm the best wingman ever.
Honestly,
Digging.
I was fully expecting from underground to hear, you know I had to do it to him.
That's the voice I should have chose for the giant hamster. That would have been so much funnier. I've been like, I know I should have taken a left turn at that other cabin. What you making, dog?
What's up, dog? It's a good question. No one's answered me.
Dog season, hamster season, dog season, hamster season. Hamster
My favorite
season,
part of the
fire!
shotgun is the barrel that bends.
As you fumble your way through this explanation, Trixie, because don't think I didn't catch that. That was delightful.
Yeah.
The siren kind of smiles and it's like, it's making sure that everyone feels safe is a very worthy cause.
I know.
You could use a little entertainment in the middle, though. You know, something for the adults to unwind with.
Yeah, bowl of apples.
You mean like this? And he kind of like reaches into a pocket and pulls out a bow of apple. I don't remember where I got this. I think it was in a previous life. It's yours if you want it.
I will take anything you have to give me.
I bet you will.
Anything. And like as she's like taking it, like her hands are like touching his hands, you know, like and lingering the contact.
He has very soft skin.
Oh my god.
His hands are also warm, and you don't know why, but that surprises you a little bit. There's something about him that, in the back of your head, you think this person should feel cold, but they don't. But now you have a bow of apple, so.
Yeah, like Trixie's hand is still like lingering, like just like sort of like holding it in his hand. Yeah, she's just like not making any effort to like fully remove it.
Trixie, dear, you're going to need to take the apple to plant.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And then like she's just gonna like give him a hug really fast, just because like I really appreciate this.
You're welcome. Not usually a hugger, but I'll make an exception.
Thank you.
It was lovely to meet you all. Hopefully our paths cross again. I'm sure I can think of a few tasks I need help with.
Yeah.
I will be more than happy to help you with any tasks. Any
Just let us
tasks.
know. Yeah.
Let me know.
Fair reasonable. You can all call me Lithri, by the way. And he turns around and saunters back to the pavilion.
As he's walking away, like Trixie's just gonna be like, "Bye, Daddy," but like she's gonna like sort of like say it very softly and like trail away.
Delightful. You have a bow of apple to plant now.
Say,
I'm gonna plant the fuck out of that apple.
I'll bet you will.
what even is that, by the way? Because I honestly don't know where I had information about it, and I've actually forgotten to retain it. What?
You should lick it before I plant it. You'll just get like a little bit of a zing and nothing. Like 5 minutes, you'll be fine.
Oh, so he goes to like reach for it. He's like, all right, I'm gonna lick it. So he means like zing, like sour, right? Licks it. He sits down. Not cross-legged. He's sitting like a... You see this appear in front of you, the purple. Hello, Zenite from Mortal Affairs.
Delightful.
Big Zenite.
As you plant the tree, it begins to grow and becomes this, just as you envision today, this very large kind of like much older looking tree kind of hanging over the area with plenty of fruit available for making libations. You good, Senna?
I didn't know there were so many fireflies around here.
Oh my god, Trixie is totally gonna do like the visual sensories, like making little lights and extra like things twinkle and like just like really amp up this experience for him.
Oh god, the demons! And he books it. He goes back to where
Zenite runs away and just stops, and like who's been sitting there for a little bit after finishing the tunnel just turns. You doing all right there, Zenite? You can fully understand him.
I will say.
What did I say?
I will say, because you only licked it briefly, this effect only lasts for like 10-15 minutes.
He books away. What did I say? It just goes back over to him. He's laying face first next to his bed on the ground, just planking essentially.
Hamster just walks over, picks him up by like the scruff of the shirt, and just like shakes him off a little bit, and then places him on his feet.
I don't. How am I sweat? I don't think I'm supposed to sweat. What happened? I just I'm gonna lay
Pats
down
him
for a
twice in the
moment.
head.
Thank you. Yep. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. He lays down, just holds his face for a second. For 5 minutes.
Kato looks over at Trixie and goes, I remember the first time I tried a bow of apple in college.
It just flashbacks to Kato in a corner, just being like,
Face down next to it. Everyone ends up there. It's crazy.
Kato runs past the class pet. What did I say? Also, from underneath Zenite, because the ground like rumbles a little bit, so Zenite can still lay down, but he's walking around like a bear, and he's got Zenite on his back. So Zenite has like basically it's like a big like massage bed kind of thing. Yeah, he's just like waddling him around, just so that like Maple's gonna do like the last like finishing touch things on like the garden and whatnot, but just so like Zenite's close enough that if he needs water or something, he can take him what he needs. Because he can't respond, but he can understand him. Or wait, Zenite can speak telepathically, right?
Bingo.
I just remembered that. I can't initiate that, but that's the thing. Anyway, but yeah, so the big old hamster just walking around.
Is there anything else on the list that you want to make for this area?
We got big cannon.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything that's on the list so far.
Do we do the door locks and whatnot?
Well, what
security
about
stuff?
Security? Yeah, security is what we
when you
need
built
to.
them, they have locks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. What about security? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just because when you made the kind of the prototype, I imagine that you had a space for the locks, even if like usually you're molding earth and stuff. So.
Okay. What about like security for this place, or maybe is it already a set assumption that the weather and climate is always perfect here?
Yes, climate-wise, it will be whatever they need it to be. And in terms of kind of more general security, you get the feeling that because this is like on the plane of the gods, there is no more secure place they could be.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
On the back of giant hamster Maple, Zenite's like, oh, I'm glad we don't have to worry about any bad men, bad dragon men or any dragons, because these are some thatched roof cottages, and I've heard stories of half dragon, half men, beefy arm in the back, burning down whole things, burninating the whole countryside. I don't want to have to deal with that. And he's just mumbling all about legends of these crazy dragons that burninate countrysides, peasants, and thatched roof cottages.
The hamster just squeaks, but actually truly says out loud, Trogdor!
You
But just
squeak telepathically, but you scream out loud, Trogdor.
I feel like
was it something I said?
I feel like somebody else took a good old lick on that bow apple, honestly. And it was me. This is a fucking
It's
feat.
not sweat. It's not sweat.
Welcome to Cozy Camp Animal Crossing Little Village Decorator, where we're going to fit as many references to everything as we possibly can. We've got Looney Tunes. We've got Strong Bad. We've got Nintendo. We've got games. We've got things that you didn't even think were references.
We've got bow apples, which
bad
didn't
stuff out
exist
there.
in this world until 5 minutes ago. But apparently Cato's done them in college, so, you know, we out here.
It's canon.
It's canon now.
If a player says it, DMs, take notes. You have to listen because the players are always right.
Yeah, it's like working in retail.
I'm sober.
It's like working in retail.
And he's back.
I need a hand, guys. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, are you guys happy with the place that you have built? This little
I think so.
campsite?
Can we name it? Can we give it a name?
Absolutely.
Does anybody have any ideas?
I was so ready for you to come out the gate and be like, hey, here's my name idea. But that is
Oh,
way
no, I
funnier to
didn't
me to be like, oh, can we name it? Can we? Does anybody
God.
toss a name in the ring? I love that. I love that so much.
Delightful.
I was
No
gonna
problem.
throw my hat in for the name Camp Garbanzo, but I don't think that sounds really too good. I just like those beans a lot. I don't think I'm actually fully sober yet. I just heard retail and got upset.
Yeah, honestly, same.
Just so we can get a
Wait,
Lilo
the-
and
the
Stitch
dog's
reference in there. Can we name it
his name's
Hamsterville?
Oscar.
What Oscar is currently distracted by the idea of retail.
I was like, what if we call it like Camp Oscar or like Oscarville or something?
That would be very sweet. You absolutely don't have to if you don't want to, though.
I mean, does Oscar want to be the mayor?
I mean, is there a mayor? Do we need a mayor?
Well, the Oscar mayor is they're usually always always reliable from what I've heard stories of historic Oscars as mayor.
Yeah. This reference doesn't even reach my country, and I know what the fuck you're on about. It's fucking bullshit.
This is the reaches of capitalism. I'm so sorry.
100%.
Oh, retail.
Oh no! what
Name
happened
this
to
place
Casey?
place to be.
Oh no. Goodbye.
Oh, no. Oh god.
No.
Oh, God.
Oh no! No! I was gonna try to
no.
screenshot the last frame of
Uh,
the video.
hello, am I
quality.
back?
You're back.
Yes.
Hello, welcome back.
My apologies. You know, we could name this like Oscar's like ward or award perhaps, because it's just a rewarding place to be, like, or even just the Oscars.
You know, like earlier on, I joked that like Brendan Lee Mulligan was gonna fucking walk. Boy howdy. And that's
That's all we can play.
Just the bass. It's ideal.
That's all I get.
Cut off.
No, ultimately the name of this place is entirely up to you guys, and neither I or Oscar will influence it.
I think the Oscars aren't
Okay,
rigged
how
is a great town
about-
name.
Or like
What if
Okay.
we name it
Oscars
Serenity?
Fields.
Wait,
Serenity
Serenity and
Fields?
Oscars Fields? Can we call it like Oscars
That sounds
Serenity?
like
Because
a-
I want to combine those, and that's cute as hell.
Oscars Serenity. Aww.
But we're gonna
like that.
spell it Serenity.
Isn't that just how the wait? Isn't that how the
No.
word?
You are
No.
so
it's not.
down
No.
bad
I was
for
like, wait.
Liquid. You met him like for 30 seconds
Oh,
and
no, it's not
already
yet.
you're like,
It's-
5
Doesn't matter.
seconds. She's already
It's
been
like-
like doodling her name and
Yeah,
his
right.
name in her little notebook.
I have been told that he is the ultimate daddy, and I have to have him.
Gotta catch them all.
If with him as my daddy, I don't need any other daddies. Just him. He will do.
Maple turns back from a giant hamster. It's just like a what? And just
Does that mean the quest for fathers has been completed? Did we
no,
do
because
it?
he's not my daddy yet, so no.
Then we must get you a father!
But I want that one.
We will get you the siren. Now that we have our town. How did we do, Sanctuary?
Oscar comes and kind of does final investigation checks, and by investigation checks I mean he goes around and sniffs everything. Comes back after a few minutes. Yes, this is a very good sanctuary. I feel very safe here. I think our friends will feel safe too. Delightful. You have all done excellent work. Very good. Would everyone please come here and line up so that you may get a reward?
Also, could you get the serpent so I can have my things back? But no
Absolutely.
rush.
I will do that once I have given our rewards.
Yes.
You will stand in a little line. Oscar goes up to Kato and just kind of like leans head over. Please get pets.
I give little squishes.
Steps over
What
to
ears,
Trixie.
I'm gonna like do all the things. All the things.
Steps over to Zenite.
Come back to me. I'll make it worth it. I'll make it worth it.
Okay,
I have a gift for you.
okay. Trots over to Maple.
It's just the one gif, you know?
Yeah.
Foop, foop.
Delightful. 5 minutes later, heads back over to Zenite.
Bends down, little chin scratches, rubbing the floof on top of the head, and like, but also, and he takes out the whittled frisbee he has, and it's fixed up better than it was before. Says, "When was the last time anybody ever played catch with you?"
Never. Except
ready?
maybe one time. I don't know.
You ready?
Just fucking running.
All the way back.
Jumps in the air. Jumps in the air, catches the frisbee, keeps running to the pavilion, and then dives in. And after a few moments, comes back with the frisbee, runs back over to you with the frisbee to play more frisbee, whilst the serpent just kind of steps over and is like, "Okay, Oscar, for some reason has a frisbee now. Do you want things back?"
Yes, please.
Delightful. Just hands on arms and moves things back around. Whoop. All of the tools are on your belt again.
Yeehaw, partner.
Meanwhile, Oscar is just like, throw it again, 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 throw it again.
This is called the hammer throw.
Now this time bring Lithwy back. We need to talk to him about parenthood.
Oscar catches the frisbee because he's very good at catching things.
This is incredible.
And then kind of sets it down at the pavilion and says, I need to get our friends and show them where their new sanctuary is. I'll be
Please.
back momentarily. Dives into the pillows.
Does anybody want to play some frisbee catch while we're waiting? This whole area seems like it's a great place to be playing some frisbee catch, where there's a big, this big opening, and Maybe we should have left them some sort of ball to kick or throw or something.
I was literally thinking, while I still have the druid craft, I'm gonna just craft up a few wooden frisbees and just like scatter them over in that playground area.
Yes, this
There we go.
rules.
I was gonna say, turn back into a hamster just to like dig up and make like little toy fixtures along with the playground and stuff. And then the hamster's gonna play fetch with a frisbee because somebody offered.
As you are all as you're all sorry, Drew has thrown me off completely. I want our viewers to be aware that Drew is the reason that I've just fucking 404'd.
You know what the best part is? You just hit download on that and you can play that over the break. So you know.
Oh, he has no idea.
He has no idea. No idea at all.
You decided to distract us? Hey, Drew, welcome to the episode.
No, I'm not going to do that because I haven't watched it yet and I don't know if there's you know.
I watched it. It's good. It's
Delightful.
safe. 100%.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We'll slap that into the break then. Yeah, as you guys are kind of finishing touches and playing frisbee and just kind of like taking it all in, you notice that some of the buildings are starting to shrink.
I'm going to go over to the closest one and try to open the door and get in.
You can open the door, you can try and get in, but it is still shrinking.
Did we make them in the wrong size?
Hey, if there's no wrong size and it looks like they're fixing themselves, maybe it's a family of rodents, like all the I don't know, squirrels or birds. Maybe they're bird hoses.
Maybe it's a bunch of chodes of pixies.
Oh god.
As these buildings shrink into various sizes that are all considerably smaller, you see from the pavilion Oscar reappears from the pillows, and behind him an assortment of woodland creatures, because at no point did Oscar say that the people who were displaced were people.
They're gonna be so comfy.
They're gonna be hella
They're gonna have
comfy.
a great day.
It's delightful. Yeah.
Maple looks so happy. Like it's just like
I have a new
well,
room.
there's my people right there. Look at that. Just greets every single one. It's delightful to meet you. Your home is over there. It's delightful to meet you. Your home's over there. Hey, who needs a bus ride? And it's just big old hamster bus.
There's a family of rabbits. Like I said, there's one really big family. They're rabbits. And you escort them into their new homes. There's a family of deer.
Yep.
Delightful.
Battery side. Need a new camera battery.
Oh dear.
That's fine. We're about to go to break anyway. And yeah, this is just assortment of woodland creatures who've all been displaced from a landslide. All have this beautiful holiday cabin situation to go and stay in. Whilst
They have a community garden.
they have a community garden. There's gonna be some. They're gonna be high as balls off those apples. But yeah, it's absolutely delightful. And even though it wasn't exactly what you expected it to be in the end, it still felt like a pretty good job well done. As you all kind of watch these animals get settled in, oh god.
I'm just giggling solely because I'm just imagining one of the deers licks an apple and then they're just like, whoa. One of the rabbits, was it something I said? The deer, holy shit, a talking rabbit.
I don't know what's going on.
What?
As the animals get settled in, you all retreat back to your room to kind of decompress after a very strange little quest. And that's why we're going to take a break. We'll be back in the second half with another quest. 2 quests in one session? What?
Efficiency,
Efficiency, honestly.
And a deer in the land.
Yeah, so we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. Please enjoy this clip of Drew that I have not seen yet, but will have seen by the time you see it. See you soon.
You know I had to do it to him.
God damn it.
Hi. I'm recording a video. Wow.
Yeah, I've never been drunk, so I mean, I wouldn't know.
Me neither.
Yeah?
Only thing I get drunk on is life and the blood of Christ.
Blah! Dracul! Everyone in church is a Dracul! Hey, drink a bud!
The Father, Son, and Holy. Oh no, I made a cross!
Welcome back. If you're wondering what you've missed, don't.
No, you have a full half episode
Just
to listen to,
fucking
so I mean, that's what you missed.
No, I mean like what they feel like they missed in the break. Don't.
No, Drew filled them in.
Yeah, Drew felt
I mean, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't ask questions.
Don't. Fucking don't.
There is no
Especially
bits during the break. There is no war in Bossing Say.
I can't zoom in to make a bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, neither can I. I'm just like,
I can just like.
this is delightful. So, you take a little break, a little resty poo, and notice that the request board is back. Let me just drop it in the chat again. Whatcha?
Sorry, what sound does the quest board make?
Whatcha?
It's like croissant and cacao mixed together. We're entering brain rot. So the quest board now has. Yeah, we are now in leaving actual brain. So there's a new request. Sorry, let me. Yeah, so there's a new request on the board that was pretty quick, filled the spot pretty normally. Do we want to stick with one of the two other ones that we were going to do initially, or do we want to inspire an artist? Because we have had our fill of bards around us recently. Not sure if we want to deal with more bards or not. But
I know Trixie seemed excited to process wishes of kings, and Cato seemed eager to light the beacon, as did you. So that would be fine with me. I am flexible.
I didn't even realize one of the requests changed.
It is changed right here. See, it says it's switched. It says inspire an artist, process the wishes of kings, light the beacon.
Yeah.
Fathers. Lithwy, where are you?
Is interesting.
Yes, kings are making wishes, I suppose.
Just looks back after yelling to Cato.
Aren't they all? Well, how about this beacon?
Do we light it?
Touch the board where the request is. Some would say that we should choose that one. There's no reference being made.
If you feel this strongly, then sure. That means Trixie gets to pick the next one, though.
That works with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Sarah!
You look over to the pavilion and you see the Seraph. Contrary to what you may expect the god of light to have as decoration, there are many fabrics of blacks and dark blues, and you see sat in a very comfortable chair a young woman, very, very pale skin, black hair neatly tied up in a bun, but with these kind of loose bits around the front of her face, with some kind of like dark blue streaks in them. She has very dark eyes, very kind of formal looking black attire on, with a little cardigan over as she's reading from a book as you approach.
Kato, you also like books.
And then the same thing that happened earlier slides Kato forward. I'm a fun player to be at the table with.
You make great connections to things that go way over my head at the surface level.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but what are you reading?
Oh, hi, hello. Yes. Is this the voice? Yes, this is the voice. Sorry, I had a little bit of a problem with the voice for a second there. We're there. Okay, we got it. We're good. Hi. Yes, this is just a general sort of history book. I'm just, killing time really. Are you guys the new interns?
That we are.
Oh, delightful. Wonderful to meet you. I'm the Seraph. My name is Mao. It is a pleasure to meet you.
My name's Kato, and here with me are Trixie, Zenite, and Maple.
It's wonderful to meet you all. As she's talking, you can see she has quite pointed canines. I mean, she's a god, but if you didn't know any better, I'm just saying.
She might need to see a dentist.
If it looks like a
vampire,
a kobold from Japan, vampire. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know.
Have you come to ask about the task that I have on the board?
yes.
Yes, we are at your service.
Oh, okay. It's really, honestly, it's very simple. We have a beacon out in Blackwater, and it's in a very difficult to access place, but it's very important. It used to be a lighthouse, but nobody lives there anymore. But we need someone to go and reignite the fire, basically. But it is a little difficult to get up there. Which is why I need a little bit of help, because I only have one set of hands, and I cannot fly, so...
I lean over to Trixie and say, I called this one. I don't know how I did it, but I called this one. Lighthouse, yes.
You did, you motherfucker. And I was like, God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Yes. So, is that area actually familiar to any of us?
So most of you would be aware of Blackwater as a region of the world. It is a region of islands and archipelagos. I would say, Zenite, given that you have experience on ships, you know that without proper precautions, Blackwater can be a very treacherous place to sail through.
Okay. So are we? Is the plan essentially that we need to sail? Because I know if we're not flying, well, I don't know if we have the means to give flight, but I could definitely help out with the sailing of that. I've had my, well, not my own personal run-ins, but I've heard some stories quite a bit about how treacherous that the waters can be around that area. But this is, I would say, looking at everybody else, right up like my alley here. Do you have a plan in mind for the journey at least, or for getting to from? I know that there's always door magic, and that can get you so far. Looking around, trying to see if Aaron's even nearby. I mean, if that's not even an option, because sometimes I know that things are limited. I could probably navigate our way.
I can set you down on the Eastern Isle, and you would know that the Eastern Isle is known as the Harbour Quarter. If you have been to Blackwater, that is probably where you have been to.
Yeah.
The main kind of landmass of Blackwater is set up as 4 different islands, and this one is where trade comes in and out.
That would make sense. Yeah.
I can get you to the Eastern Isle and arrange for a ship. If you are comfortable taking the lead with getting to the beacon, that's absolutely okay. I have contacts there who can get you there. Not a problem.
I can help if you are able to steer a ship. I can make sure the wind is on our side.
Honestly, that'd be pretty lovely. I can man a wheel. That's no problem on my side. All right. I might know some people as well, but I don't know what routes they're on at the moment. Most of my contacts are out and about year round, so anyone you can get, I'll gladly work with. I'm easy. I'm easy. You all can vouch for me, right? I'm easy. He keeps just repeating that because he's a little self-conscious, but he repeats that a little bit too many times.
You are very agreeable and easy to work with, but it seems like your insecurity gets in your way sometimes.
1,000-yard stare.
Maple has the exact same stare, just like Maple, fully aware that was a social faux pas, just said, and
goes and hugs.
Wow.
And whispers in, or telepathically says,
telepathetically is vicious mockery, silly.
That's true. Telepathic, more like telepathetic. Fuck, you saved. He says to Maple, I'm glad you're so perceptive, man. This is great. Hug and shakes off a little bit.
Doing great.
Thank you.
Mal is just there, like, watching this happen. It's like, wow, and I thought I was socially awkward. Anyway, it's true. I'm very socially awkward. My charisma score, not great. It's not a good time. Anyway, yeah, I can get you there. And then if you can get up the tower and relight the beacon, that would be wonderful. And then I'm sure Erin will be back by then, so she can get you back.
What is the beacon itself? Is it just needs to be like fire to oil, or is it some sort of magical means? Put a stone in. There's I've heard handfuls of things people use for lighthouses.
This one is essentially fire and oil. The oil is a very special oil. It will continue to burn for a very long time. So we should not need to do this again for somewhere in the ballpark of like 600 years.
What
I was gonna say
the light go out?
I don't know.
Good question. Yeah.
If you see any kind of like clues or anything, if you could let me know, that would be great. But honestly, I'm kind of at a loss as to why it went out. But sometimes I guess, if the weather was super extreme, maybe that could have been it. But Kiri says that she had nothing to do with it. So, and I trust Kiri. She's very sweet.
When was the last time it was lit?
Probably 407 years ago.
Faintly premature. Okay. Yeah. Well, how long off the Eastern Isle is the journey? Would you say? Is it like a few days? What should we prepare for? Is there anything in particular, like how many nights or?
You should be able to make it there before dark.
Oh, that is a gift. Thank you. So less than a day's travel. Make it there before dark. Shouldn't need to make a return back. Do we have easy means to make any of the crew get back safely as well with the boat? Because a boat's a valuable asset and all that too.
Oh, don't worry. They will be handsomely compensated.
Okay. Good to know. Okay, that works. Works out. Okay. I'm guessing it doesn't need special fire, does it?
Oh, no. Just
Oh,
regular
just the
fire.
oil. Perfect. All right.
Like, if you want, I can give you some special fire. If that would make it feel more, thematic.
The novelty is appreciated, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Does anyone
I
here...
had special fire once, and I did not like it. I had to go see a special doctor to get it to stop.
That's gonna stare.
Just gonna quickly.
What's your charisma?
Tato is just like blushing and like hiding like behind her hair. She's like so embarrassed.
I think Mal is gonna tilt her head slightly and go, I don't understand that reference. Could you explain it for me in great detail?
No, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Rotates.
Actually, I'm also pretty curious. It sounds like it was some innuendo type of thing, and so I wasn't curious, but now I kind of am.
You don't want to know about it. Never mind. No special fire. We're good.
All right.
Oh, what's that? A god called you on your bullshit?
I reached my hand up to high five. I mean, low charisma. I was kind of expecting to be left hanging for a moment. I'll gladly take a high five.
I actually don't have a low charisma. It's actually.
Oh, I figured yours was high.
Yeah. No,
you are persuasive.
Mal does not have high charisma, but I rolled pretty well on that, so I was like, fuck it, let's do it. That's really all I need. It's not a very exciting task, but thank you for picking it up anyway. It's very much appreciated.
Why did it take so long for you to get somebody to go change it?
What?
Well, I guess you live a long time, so it isn't that long. Never mind.
I mean, I just didn't realize. I just didn't realize that it had gone out. And then Kiri was like, oh, you might want to check on that. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. Take your eye off the ball.
It happens.
I got lots of things. I'm like a moth. I stare at the light a lot, Just like,
Obviously not, because it's been out.
Well, not this one, but there are others.
Please don't stare at a lighthouse if you're ever navigating a boat, because goodness, I've known a few people that really find those rocks intriguing near a cliff.
It's a really bad idea. Super bad idea.
Yeah. Well, anything else that you think we might need? Any of my fellow party, the Sarah, do you have anything else you think we should know? Any questions we should ask? Anything else? Anyone's thinking?
Do you have any questions?
I don't. I could probably ask a few of the people on the boat if there's anything to be worried about in the area, if they're already pretty well ventured in the Isles themselves, but I got nothing else.
Okay. Delightful. If you head through that door over there, you should find yourselves in Blackwater. And you turn and you see there is in fact a door. It looks like a regular door though, rather than a brightly lit one.
Thank you, the Seraph. You have been very helpful.
Thank you, the interns. I'm very grateful for your assistance in this.
Of course. This part.
If you happen to see the siren, you should just let them know we're helping. No biggie.
Oh, Lithwy? He's a pretty cool guy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, he sometimes he gets a super interested in the fangs. Not sure why.
Your fangs? He likes fangs?
He's just like asking lots of questions about them. I don't think I don't think it's like that, but I think it was genuinely just a curiosity thing.
So I have a question. As a changeling, can I know I can like change into people things, but would I be able to like pick a part of a person and use that, you know?
I don't see why not.
I can make myself have fangs?
Yeah, sure.
Trixie now has fangs.
Hey, look, we match.
Yeah.
You won't start going a little bit more feral now that you have those fangs. Won't the fangs get to your head?
It seems the closer Lith we get, the more feral Trixie will be acting regardless.
And Maple goes to the door.
Oh, I'm gonna follow. All right. Thank you.
That is not. I do not get feral. Okay, I am always cool, calm, and collected. I have a job to do, and I'm looking for the.
Oh, hello,
best body,
Siren.
Is it?
It's good to see you. I'm glad you joined.
On the other side of the door, while it's slightly cracked.
Oh, Maple's doing 100% the just absolutely just fucking with Trixie, just like doing like a major look thing. And then the second Trixie looks back, I think Maple still no fucking expression, but there is just the most judgmental eyes of just being like, yeah, calm and collected, and just a brow raises in the dirt.
As you all head through the door, as the door closes behind you, you hear this. Oh, hey, Lithwy!
All right, let's go.
Oh,
Make sure
that
everyone
one I
comes
don't
through.
think was a joke.
No.
Rough.
I mean, it could have been. It's kind of like what's that weird wizard that's talking about if things exist or don't? Schrodinger, is that his name? Though the wizard's like something can be here, but it's not if you're not I don't. Wizards, man, they're kind of crazy. Well, anyway,
Gotta write that down for my fucking canon now, I guess. Jeez, Louise.
Wizard Schrodinger.
Wizard Schrodinger.
Honestly,
met someone like
Schrodinger's
that.
box would be a
They
really
were
good
trying to
like.
put a cat in a box. I put him in a box instead. You do not mess with the order of nature. Now people ask, is he or isn't he in the box? I guess they'll never know.
It's
Sounds
just
like he's in the
1,000-yard
box.
stare.
I mean, if there can we? Well, I don't want to check. That's not on the quest board. If it is, maybe we'll go back to it. But didn't expect that.
They ask you if you're fine, and you have to say you're fine, even though you're not fine. They could never understand.
We all walk through that door.
You are hit by the smell of salt and fresh air and the ocean as you emerge into the city of Blackwater. Zenite, you've been here before. You are used to harbors in particular, but you know that you are kind of on the north side of this harbor. This entire island, from sort of north to southwest and all the way around that coast, is harbor. Like this is like the place to dump stuff and fucking bail, you know?
Big port, yeah.
It's a big ass port. You also know that they have other ways to get to the other islands that do not include ships, which is why most of the ships come here. So even if you wanted to go to, for example, the tourism quarter, you would essentially park up here and then head over.
That's sick. Cool.
Do we know where this lighthouse actually is in all of this?
I'm assuming it is going to be a very tall place.
You do know that it is sort of to the northeast of where you guys are. There's like a sandbank and some other islands, and then there's it's quite far down the coast.
Maple's gonna walk over to the sand, and Maple just falls forward like, poof, and then the dirt sinks, and then rising from there, Maple's no longer covered in dirt. Maple's covered in sand, and his little sprout is replaced with a little flag, like a sandcastle. And yeah, his like
cute.
mushrooms and stuff are little shells and whatnot. And yeah, he's made of sand now.
That poor owl.
Just the owl pops out. The owl now, is like very similar vibes, just like endless sand just pouring off of them now.
I love the idea that the owl reemerges and it's actually turned into a seagull and is now having an existential crisis.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that.
It's just there like I was an owl.
Why do I want to say the word mine?
What
Mine?
what is happening right now? Very good. Very good. Take an inspo. You fuck.
Sure.
Visual gag in my stream. Yes, you also know that if you go to Bay 14, that is where you will be able to find a ship.
Bay 14 has our ship. Are we assuming that the crew is already going to be there, or
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
From the vibes that you were getting, everything has kind of been prearranged.
Perfect. It's been a little bit since I've been here, but if I'm recalling correctly, we're down the 60s and 70s. We're gonna have to go up to Bay 14 to our boat. If I'm cool that I know that. That's all right. Yeah, I mean, look around. There's a lot of things you'll see around here if you haven't been around the world too much. Things in crates and boxes and cages and all that fun stuff. And God, there's nothing like a good port out there. And he starts looking around, walking down, breathing in the probably not the best salty air, but salty air either way.
This is genuinely like, because Blackwater is essentially entirely surrounded by ocean. Like it's good shit.
It's too much for people who aren't well initiated.
Maple stops at every dock and lets go, like those lobster cages that are submerged. Maple opens every single one and frees them all, and then just keeps walking along the dock.
I'm not gonna stop him.
Like a little mother duckling, you have a like 7 or 8 lobsters following you by the time you get to Bay 14.
Maple just kind of turns and
I'm
like
gonna have
lowers
to-
his arm and just like lets him in.
I'm gonna have to come back and read the newspaper about the booming lobster population of Blackwater's East Isle port.
Yeah, honestly.
I guess it's better that you have lobsters than crabs.
I gotta go. I just realized you don't have any internet.
Trixie.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I have to finish. I just down my tea.
Are you guys?
That's what I'm drinking.
You find at Bay 14 there is a ship. My God,
Boat.
it's a boat. With a fully stocked crew. It's not a particularly big ship, but you don't need it to be big. So don't size the Krampus.
Hey, this thing's
How you
agile.
use it.
If I can twist and turn around all the little cavities going on in here, you know, dock it right where it needs to be docked, I'm happy. So let's get on the boat. Let's get this puppy sorted out, figure out what's going on, and
Yeah.
is there people on the
Yeah.
actual on the deck? Cool. I walk up. Hello, everyone. I'm sure you've been.
Captain?
Salute to them. At ease. I'm sure you've been briefed about the task at hand. Is anybody relatively new to the sailing process? Is everyone relatively seasoned? What's anybody have any concerns about this journey?
No, Captain.
Y'all are gonna love me, and I'm gonna love y'all. Not so. Let's 1,000-yard stare off the side of the boat.
Maple grabs someone's tricorn that they're wearing and puts it on to as Dean says.
It pokes holes through the back of it a little bit. I'm so sorry. It'll look good still after, though. Thank you, Maple.
Captain, do we salute or do we do other things? I see people saluting.
Everyone, we can keep it a little more casual. We're all here on the same job essentially. If you do want to call me Captain, you may. You do not need to, but I appreciate it either way. My name is. My name
You are
is
Captain, my captain.
Thank you. I appreciate a good stares at Maple. Good reference. But you can call me Zenite. My name is Zenite Thryundar, and I will make sure that you all make it safely as best as I can through these treacherous, at times, waters. How about we make our way and get everything going, ready to go. We should be good to head out in the next half hour or so. Is that correct?
Luminous is ready to go, and you are. Yep.
Don't need to keep saluting. I'm going to salute you back every time, but goodness. Looks at the rest of the party. You all ready to get your sea legs going and ride these bucking broncos of waves? There's no horses in the water unless you're talking about a seahorse, but
On one condition.
yeah.
You will continue to embrace this confidence because it is suiting on you.
1,000-yard stare. Shakes it off really quick.
Well done, Captain.
Thank you. I'm so bad with rolls. I've never been a captain before, but I'm damn sure I know I can get this boat going where it needs to go. So let's get on our sea legs, everyone, all right?
Once we start moving, I'm going to use a gust of wind so that we can get like a good, like a gale, like moving us, like once we're far enough from the dock, because like don't want to just go buck wild. Also because mindful of sea life and stuff in the area. But once we're farther out, yeah, just gonna give us like a good boost. Yeah.
There are a number of lobsters who didn't join the collective who are on the dock who are waving you off.
One like breaks a bottle on the back of the boat.
Thanks the boat.
Yeah, as the Luminous pulls out of port, you assist with the navigation, Maple, and making sure that as much speed as safely possible, because don't wanna go too buck wild. Is there anything that anybody would like to do whilst you are on the ship? You have free time. You've got
Trixie is totally gonna try and find some like pirate attire, because the siren, he's also the god of the sea.
That's
so she's got to fully embrace this aspect of her future daddy.
Absolutely. Roll me a investigation check.
Yeah.
See if we can find you some pirate digs.
You say
I
digs
know you said
or...
digs, but I definitely did not hear that.
Look.
It's a
Many pirates
16.
are dicks, so I mean...
Yeah. You find appropriate attire that you can absolutely shred up and make look as slutty as you like.
Hell yeah.
100%.
That's what she is doing.
Well, we've been to know what Trixie's about, and
Yeah.
God.
we're here for it.
Like
The
a fucking
spirit-
Party City Halloween
Yes,
costume.
I was
Yeah.
going to say the spirit
Yep.
Halloween option.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Goodness, Party City's a good call.
Kato, how are you feeling being on a boat right now?
Not good, you guys. I'm not doing well.
Oh.
I'm an air elemental and I hate traveling by water, but I'm powering through it because we're on a mission. But let me paint the picture for you. Kato's normally blue skin is a sickly shade of green. Her Knees are trembling. She is like white knuckling the side of the boat. You guys see her reach for a book and fling it open, and you're like, oh, okay, good. She's fine. She wants to read. But no, Kato rips a page out of the book and kind of crumples it up and starts like breathing in and out of it like one of those paper bag things. This girl is not doing well at all. I'll be fine, though. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
You see one of the bow hands comes up to you with a little tin, and inside the tin are some ginger biscuits. And he's like, you should eat these. They'll settle your stomach. You'll feel less sick. Ginger's good.
Thank you. Kato like reaches for one and like bites it and is like choking it down, but
yeah.
Breathing deeply, slowly, she's regaining her senses.
Also, if it helps, you see that spot on the horizon where the mainland is?
Yeah, I see it.
If you keep your eye on that, it will tell your brain that you're not gonna throw up.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. The unnamed Dockhand then heads back to whatever they were doing previously, having dispensed their travel sickness wisdom from someone who is consistently travel sick all of the time.
I was gonna offer some Dramamine if anyone needed it, but I don't actually have any on me.
Dramamine.
I am very travel sick a lot of the time in cars, in like coaches and stuff. It's not a good time. So there's me with my ginger biscuits thing. Oh, please. I'm finding a stable point on the horizon to stare at. And just go,
That's a very good tip for anybody who does get motion sickness like that. I didn't know that. I also don't get motion sickness too much, but when I do, it hits like a plane.
Finding a stable point to look at on the horizon, because that will essentially correct the signal in your brain that says we're moving. Ginger is good for settling the stomach and nausea. Staying hydrated, obviously, always. I mean, that goes without saying. Let's be real. And also, don't travel with someone who is going to make fun of you when you throw up. Just a general tip.
Yeah.
I was once we traveled through some very kind of like up and down through these mountains, and we got to the coast, and my body just went, no, I can't do this anymore. We had to pull over. I was not well. Got back in the car, and the one of the people that I was traveling with went, damn, I didn't realize that like you were so seasick that you just looked at the ocean and threw up. And I was just like, too soon. Damn. I was dating this person.
Goodness, as the sanctuary would say, that's rough.
Yeah, right. 100%.
Dog joke.
Fun fact: when we eventually got out of the car, I gave the sanctuary a big hug because the sanctuary is based on my dog. Anyway, you travel. Each of you involved in your tasks, whether that's just trying to make it through the day, or whether it's embracing this kind of new kind of confidence in this new role, whether it's slutting it up, or whether it's helping with navigation. As the sun begins to set, you find you are rapidly approaching a very tall building on a small rocky island. At the very top, you can only see darkness. As the boat pulls up against the small pier, you'll step off, and you see as you kind of like turn to face the crew, you can see all of them kind of like once again saluting their captain. Do you need us to wait here, Captain, or should we?
Do you feel confident that you'll be back safely through the night?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're fine.
All right.
Don't worry about us.
If you weren't gonna be out, I'd have joined you back on the way back. So be safe. Make sure you get that reward for doing this, and I appreciate all of your duty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Captain.
You're all captains in my heart. I grew up so fast.
As the ship pulls away, you watch as they kind of do a very large U-turn and head
I've never seen a boat do a 3-point turn before, but I'm happy I did
never,
here.
Never, and you never will.
Maybe I should have stayed with them. No. I mean, they did it well.
They start doing donuts, just out.
They're making this boat. Making this thing look like a jet ski. What the hell?
Fucking yum.
They've suddenly they're suddenly playing like bass boosted versions of sea shanties.
That is Ian Core. I'm so happy. Wow.
No. Okay. What's everyone's passive perceptions? Just out of curiosity.
17.
17.
13.
13.
I said 15.
15.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah. You watch as this boat fucking base boosts its way into the night. You turn and face the tower. There is a set of steps leading up to a simple looking door.
This is quite the looks at the camera dark tower going on here. I know where he essentially lives. I can make that reference.
Would you like one of us to take the point, Captain, or would you like to lead the way?
Oh, we're no longer sailing. You don't need to call me Captain. I'm simply an equal with all of you at the moment.
I am aware, due to your innate humility, you will constantly reinforce that, but you are a natural-born leader, and you shine in a strong position. So I will continue to call you Captain until I see fit that you are wearing the confidence that you should be.
Boy, it is so dark out here.
It is okay to cry.
I'm not.
There.
I'm not crying.
Okay. If it is what makes you feel better, you are not crying, but it is okay to cry.
I agree with that. Visual joke. Let's make our way up. I'm gonna start making the way.
Making your way. Yeah, you head up to the steps. The door is, it's a wooden plank door. Looks to be in fairly good condition, but it's clearly weathered some elements out here.
Does anybody have the means to light a torch or anything or anything? Anyone have the means to actually light fire without using any sort of like camping equipment? Because I got flint on me, I'm sure, but I probably should have asked that first.
Maple makes a little like a small flame with druidcraft.
Perfect. I'm gonna try to open the door.
You jiggle handle. It is unlocked, and you pull it open, and the tower awaits.
Cool. It is fucking dark in here. Oh shit.
Is?
All right. I probably have in my inventory some sort of pack that has a torch. I'm gonna light a torch up because I do not have dark vision.
I have a lantern.
Ooh, lanterns are cool. I'm a fan of lanterns.
And I have an oil flask, and I have a tinder box to light it all.
Delightful.
We got the flame, so you don't need to waste any of your tinder there. That's perfect. I'm glad that you have tinder. It's a so.
Tinder is a very important thing to have in this situation. Yeah, definitely.
And let's get
look at that
that
bee over there. A bumble variety.
Have you seen this door? It's got a really good hinge.
Let's keep it going. Oh man, okay, Cupid.
You see that ocean?
Fine, I'm heading out.
Plenty of fish.
Flies away.
Oh, that's good.
I don't think anyone could really make any agriculture on this island, but I mean, if anyone could, it would be farmers only.
What a pull! What a pull!
Boom. Okay.
I never
I'm
felt
thinking
more
Arby's.
ace in this fucking conversation. I'm just like, what?
Is this your ace card? That's a joke. It's a very different bit, but somehow related. Thank you for the torch. I'm appreciating you having that there. Let's get that shit lit up and
Shit is lit.
look around.
Okay, so you enter the tower.
Yes.
Delightful. As you step into the darkness with your torch in hand, that is where we're going to leave it this week.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I'm sneaking.
Are you sneaking? Okay, duly noted.
I'm sneaking.
Duly noted. Yeah, we will be back in 2 weeks. Not getting used to this weekly nonsense. Good lord. Oof. Woo. Where we will pick up with the conclusion of the Seraph's quest. But before we go, would y'all like a little post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not asking the viewers, I'm asking you guys. Would you like a little
Yeah.
post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feed us, oh sweet dungeon master! I'm so hungry. Yum yum. Fill my tummy with more exposition, please.
God, you are so Damien Hass-coded right now.
I just want to know how the monsters in this dungeon taste.
We flash back to 2 weeks ago. The beacon is roaring, and it can be seen from miles and miles around. The tower has been empty for a very long time. As the Seraph said, there is no real community around this area in Blackwater, so there's no lightkeeper anymore. Which is why it's strange when there are footsteps heading up to the beacon. This cloaked individual, shoes tapping on each of the steps, eventually stands in front of this huge, what should be roaring furnace of energy, but seems to be magically safe to approach. They pull back the cloak, looking up into the flames. And their eyes shift from dark red rings to entirely black. The kind of black that one might have nightmares about. Night night. See you next time.